Hey everybody, it's me, John Ward, and welcome back to another Dark Park Film Reviews. And this video is going to be a follow-up video to the Uwe Boll video that I just did for One Filmmaker, One Film. It was an absolute pleasure to interview him. I want to thank him again for doing it. He was all the way over in Germany. I have such a small YouTube channel. I was so happy that he took the time to do this, and I wanted to show off to him my collection because I have almost every movie he's made. I'm only missing a couple. Some of them are just hard to find. Some of them are expensive. And so those are the last ones on the list that I'm going to be picking up. But for the most part, I pretty much have everything he's done. And during the interview, because we were limited on time, I was just showing kind of the fronts of like the DVDs and Blu-rays, and then we would move on. What I want to do in this video, like I've done on the other ones, this would be my collection of his films. And I want to, look at the fronts and the backs and the special features and the insides and all that type of stuff. So, you guys get a better idea of what's available to purchase, within his filmography. And so let's get started, because this is, like I said, there's two stacks here, and we know how I am with these type of things that it takes a while. So let's get to it. So the first one that I have here is Sacrimony. And this one is from 2000. So this is early on. Oh, so this is Olive Films. It's a little like promoting some of their movies and stuff. So that just right inside there. And this has got the cast of Casper Van Dien. It's got Michael Pare, Eric Roberts, Jennifer Rubin, Catherine Oxenberg. So this has got a pretty good cast. It looks like from the description on the back that this is kind of an American Psycho type of movie. There are no special features listed on this one. Yeah, it even says on the back here, in the spirit of Seven and American Psycho. This is one that he had not seen this cover before. And so he asked me to take a picture and send it to him, and I did. So I took a picture of the front and the back. And that is Blackwoods. Patrick Muldoon, Michael Pare, again, Clint Howard. You'll be noticing that there are a lot of actors that work with him over and over again. So Tried, Convicted, Hunted. Oops. Looks like this is Olive Films again here. No special features listed on this one. I think these first three are all from the same company. So this is one that we did talk about, and it's called Heart of America. It's also known as Homeroom. I really dislike this cover. I don't like this cover at all. There is a different cover that I like better. But this has Jürgen Prochnow, Michael Pare again, and then Elizabeth Moss. The film basically deals with a high school. It's students. It focuses on a few different students. Basically it's really about being a bully and the consequences of what could happen with that, with ending up in a school shooting. So this is one of those films that I had in a stack that I thought were important movies that he had made. There is also in this, and we'll see him in other films. Yeah, Brendan Fletcher. So he's going to be brought up a few times. It's a good movie. So I recommend it. And I think, yeah, so unrated, rated, unrated. And we got, and these are all from the same like releasing company. So 2000, 2002, and 2002. The next one is the film that introduced me to his movies, and I love this film. I definitely I told him this that and I've seen this probably at least 4 or 5 times. Will Clausel, a filmmaker friend of mine, he did mention in the comments that this was a huge inspiration on him. I don't really know what people's problem with this movie is. Now, I know that Uwe directs like movies that are based on video games. So I'm going to be totally upfront. I don't play video games. I did play House of the Dead when it was an arcade game a little bit, but that's really about it. I'm not really a game person, so I don't have a lot of references. As far as a movie goes, I don't know what people's issues were. I think this is a film that pretty much, I mean, you get everything in it. From first player to zombies to hot girls to gore to, I mean, it's just a load of fun. Everything is in this. I love House of the Dead. It's definitely in my like top 5 for one of my favorite zombie movies. But people have a big problem with it. Let's see what this is here. Something about a contest and a little booklet talking about the movie and some other films. Mark A. Altman, who we will also hear from. He was the executive producer and co-writer on this, does the write-up. And this is something I brought up in the interview with him, where I said that that he has a great sense of humor and he makes fun of his own movie. Years later, and I actually didn't even know that this existed. Somebody told me about it, and it took me a while to buy it. But it's the House of the Dead director's cut. So what this is that this is kind of a red letter media, mystery science theater type editing or retelling of the film. So it says you'll die laughing, and you can see kind of like the zombie in the keyhole here, and then the zombie in the keyhole here has like the hand up like oy vey. So this is a comedy. So he basically re-edited this movie as a comedy, basically making fun of himself. So so I forgot to mention. So House of the Dead. Let's see, special features on this. So widescreen, deleted scenes, behind the house, anatomy of the zombie movement, making a featurette. Stacked for Zombat, the sexy babes of House of the Dead prepare for battle. There is audio commentary by Uwe and some of the producers and like one of the actors. There's an audio commentary by Mark Altman. There's a theatrical trailer, sneak peek at the new Sega game Nightshade, subtitles, and trailer gallery. So that's all the stuff on that. On this one, let's open this. So it says here, I love the smell of zombies in the morning. Hooray, we're all going to die. This is unrated, while the original is rated R. So, yeah, you get, let's see here. So, this side splitting director's cut of House of the Dead features new dialogue, alternate takes, pop up commentary, and animation from the original video game. So, what's interesting with this, and this is something I wish I had asked him, I forgot about it till now. So, in this, there's I'm going to say there's a scene of the main cast and they're crossing like a bridge, and it's like a little kind of lake type thing, and there's the fog and stuff, dry ice and all that is there. In the original movie, they kind of walk across the bridge, and then in this, they're all in costumes. Like they're in completely different costumes, they're holding different weapons, like more comedy type weapons, and it goes from serious movie to this kind of oddball thing of them completely out of character doing something crazy, and then it cuts back to them from the movie, and this kind of goes throughout the whole film. So I'm guessing that they probably had a great time filming this, because there's all of these alternate takes, all of these what looks like they shot it serious, and then they reshot it with them the cast doing something weird or like kind of bizarre, and that's what he put into this. It's an interesting version. I would recommend seeing this first and then check this out. This has on it, as far as the special features go, all new audio commentary with UWE BOLL, and then behind the house anatomy of the monster movement, stacked for Zombate or Zombat, the sexy babes, of the house of the dead prepared for battle. Yeah, so it's all except for the audio commentary that's new. Everything else is the same. So these are definitely worth watching back to back. So I was a little hesitant on watching this just because of how much I like House of the Dead. But I really enjoyed it. It's fun. The next one is probably the second most hated movie that he has made. And once again, I liked it. Is it perfect? No. But I have nothing to base it off of except just the movie itself. And that is Alone in the Dark. I like that cover. I saw both House of the Dead and Alone in the Dark in the theaters when they originally came out. So this is widescreen. It's got Christian Slater, Tara Reid, and Stephen Dorff. I got to work with Tara Reid on the Ball Brothers film Art of the Dead. She was pretty fun to work with. And it just says, Evil Awakens. So I like this movie. Is everything going to be golden? Is everything going to be 100%? No. But I liked it. What's on this is so special features, widescreen, surround, into the dark, the making of Alone in the Dark, shedding a light. I'm sorry, it's all in this like kind of silver here. The visual effects of Alone in the Dark, trivia track, music videos, audio commentary with UWE, storyboard to film comparisons. So there's some decent stuff on here. When was this? This was 2004. And House of the Dead was 2003. So this was a year later. Don't know if I showed that. I forget. This one is the director's cut, the unrated director's cut of Alone in the Dark. What I do remember being different in the unrated director's cut is there is a sex scene between Christian Slater and Tara Reid. I think, if I remember correctly, that's missing from this, which I thought was interesting that the sex scene would be cut. Running time on this is, man, that is hard to see, 99 minutes. And this is 96 minutes. I'm pretty sure that's a 9. Yeah. So the special features on this are never before seen director's cut of the film, Raging Bull, BOLL, The Stuff of Legends featurette. Oh, it's a featurette on the documentary. Newly recorded commentary with UWE BOLL. So both House of the Dead and this, you get new audio commentaries. Archival classic features, Into the Dark, the making of Alone in the Dark, Shedding the Light, the visual effects of Alone in the Dark, storyboard to scene comparisons, widescreen. Okay. Yeah. R-rated, unrated. So this is another one that I really enjoyed. And it's got Christina Loken in it, who I think is absolutely, excuse me, dying, who I think is absolutely gorgeous in this film. Absolutely gorgeous. And that is Blood Rain. And this is the unrated director's cut. So you also got Michelle Rodriguez, Michael Madsen, and Ben Kingsley, the sexy beast himself. An action-packed thrill ride. I love that Ben Kingsley, an Academy Award winner, made a movie like Blood Rain. I think is great. So what you get on here, oh my God, that's right. Meatloaf is in this movie. Billy Zane is also in this movie. Ah, including Ben Kingsley, Sexy Beast. They had the same idea as me. So special features are CGI making of film, storyboards, dine with the director, director's commentary, and theatrical trailer. So dinner with UWE. Now we come to a collection, so these are not going to be in the correct order. But I do love collections. So if I can order a collection of movies, like a box set, I'm going to. And this is In the Name of the King, collection 1, 2, and 3. What's nice about this is each disc is by itself. So you got part 1, part 2, part 3. Now, I will admit, I've only seen the first one. I've not seen parts 1 and 2. But I'm dying to see In the Name of the King 2, Two Worlds, because it's a time travel film. And I think it's Dolph Lundgren who goes back to like this medieval time. And I want to see that. So the full names of these are actually In the Name of the King, a Dragon Siege Tale. In the Name of the King 2, Two Worlds. In the Name of the King 3, The Last Mission. And I pointed out in our interview that Burt Reynolds, he's the king. He's the king in the first movie. Burt Reynolds. I love Burt Reynolds. At some point, I'll probably just do a whole video on him. But these films have like John Rhys Davies, Ron Perlman, Claire Filoni, Christina Loken, Matthew Lillard, who just eats up the scenery in the first movie. He might be my favorite thing in that film. Ray Iola. And then in the second one, we get Dolph Lundgren. It's pretty much the big guy in there. The third one is with Dominic Purcell. He's pretty much the big guy in this one. So looking forward to 2 and 3, but I really have an interest in part 2. Then I found out, and I definitely had to pick this up on Blu-ray, is In the Name of the King, there is an unrated director's cut. He loves doing these unrated director's cuts. So the original length of In the Name of the King is 127 minutes. So that's 2007. In the Name of the King 2 is 2011. Name of the King 3 is 2014. When did he do Blood Rain? I see a date, but man, is it tiny, so I can't say without. Yeah, it is tiny. So 127 minutes on that one. And then for this, 162 minutes. That is quite the difference. And I have not watched this yet. So I definitely need to sit down and watch this. I like this movie. Of course, I'm a huge Jason Statham fan. Probably doing a video on him at some point too. I think this is good. As I mentioned in the interview, I don't know what the issue is with this with people. I think it's a good sword and sorcery movie. It's got very interesting casting in it. Ray Iola as a wizard, Burt Reynolds as a king. I mean, it's uniquely cast, and I like that. So I like this movie a lot. So what do we get on this? I don't think this mentioned, but since they're their own individual discs, there's probably special features on here. I think there is a making of. I know for the first In the Name of the King. I definitely know there's a making of. I don't know about the other ones though. This one does have the Blu-ray here. The director's commentary by UWE BOLL, the making of In the Name of the King featurette, and deleted scenes. So these might be the same things that are on the DVD. But now we come across a film that he produced. So it's Jamie King, They Wait. Bad things happen to those who wait. This I have not seen. Apparently, it is scary as hell. Looks like English and Mandarin are the languages on here. This is 2007. Bonus features, deleted scenes and trailers. So I'm not sure about this one though. But he is listed as one of the executive producers. This one's directed by Ernie Barbarish. So yeah, interested to watch this one, but don't really know much about it. I pretty much just picked it up because he was one of the producers on it. So then we come across Blood Rain 2 Deliverance. Once again, unrated director's cut. Bonus digital comic book and original PC video game. Is that still Christina Loken? No, looks like a different person playing Blood Rain. But we do have Zach Ward in this, and he does come up later. Michael Pare. Michael Pare is in a lot of his movies. Oh, there's Zach Ward right there. So this is cool. So this is the movie. This is the game for Blood Rain. So it's a PC DVD ROM. So you play it on your PC. He did this on a few of the games or movies that are based on games. And yeah, it looks like Blood Rain this time is played by Natasha Malfi. So disc 1, special features, you get the digital comic book, extended scenes, deleted scenes, director's commentary, interviews with cast and crew. Disc 2, bonus Blood Rain video game DVD. The complete Blood Rain PC video game on DVD. Instruction manual available at www.bloodrain2.com. Oh, Zach Ward plays Billy the Kid. What's down here? Oh, no, it just talks about like what you need to play the game and stuff like that. Okay. Yeah. This next one, I think, is one of his best movies. I think that this is an amazing movie. And it's something that he does discuss in interviews. So I really wanted to watch this, but I wanted to make sure that I got the video game along with it. So this is Postal. This is a pretty notorious movie for him. I think, which is why I mentioned in the interview that people pretty much kind of focus on two things. They focus on House of the Dead and Alone in the Dark. They don't look at his other movies like Postal that actually have something to say, or Heart of America. This is the unrated version. Bonus complete PC video game, Postal 2. Disgusting, offensive, stupid. I think this is a really good movie. I really like this. I had no idea what to expect. It's pretty politically incorrect. Live action version of South Park. Iconsofright.com said that. The game is mature 17 plus. Yeah, not rated, 102 minutes. Yeah, Dave Foley from Kids in the Hall is in it. So like the other one, we have the movie, and then here's the game. Postal 2, Share the Pain. PC DVD ROM software. And it says disc 1, feature and extras. Raging Bull, BOLL. Director boxes as critics. Commentary by director UWE BOLL. And then what's that? Verin Toiler as Indiana Jones, and much more. Disc 2 is complete PC video game Postal 2. The next one here is one of my favorites from him. There is a sequel to this, and we did talk about it. It was shot out here in Las Vegas. I liked it. A lot of people don't like it. There's a couple different versions of it. I unfortunately have not been able to track it down. I've only been able to watch it online. And that's Seed. Seed is not the sequel. Seed is the first film. The sequel, Seed 2, I cannot find. And this is, I like this box. It's got its, its slip cover, includes PC video game. I really like that he does this. This is the unrated version. This is a pretty brutal movie. Oh, Long and Postal, I didn't mention, but yeah, Zach Ward is the main guy. Let's see, because there's other people in this too that are like Chris Coppola. J.K. Simmons is in this. That would be the big one. J.K. Simmons. So let's take. So here we have the movie. Then here's the game. Doesn't say Seed, though. Like I said, I don't see. Okay, so that is correct. So it may not be the video game of Seed. It's the video game for Advent Rising. So movie, game. There's the PC DVD ROM. Seed unrated. So 2-disc set, disc 1, feature and bonus material, feature film, audio commentary by the director, criticized how a filmmaker gets back at his critics, behind the scenes with cast and crew, trailers, deleted scenes. Disc 2 is bonus complete PC game, and the video game is Advent Rising. I can't, it's way too dark, but I think that's Michael Pare right there. I haven't seen this in a while, but I think that's Michael Pare. Our next one is Tunnel Rats, unrated director's cut. So this one takes place during Vietnam. It says impressively uncompromising, 4 stars. And that is from, I can't see it, it's too small. Hell is for Heroes. And Michael Pare. Yeah, he's the big guy. Special features, deleted scenes, director commentary, interview with the director, and behind the scenes. Says astonishing. That Tunnel Rats I haven't seen either. I do need to watch that. This one I think gets more crap than the original. Once again, I liked it, and I don't know what people's issues were. I did go into it expecting not liking it because everybody didn't like it. They all said it wasn't good, and I ended up liking it. And that's Alone in the Dark 2. So Tunnel Rat, I really wish they would give dates on these things or to make the dates easy. I don't see, and that's way too dark. Suppose those 2007. Lone in the Dark 2, 2000, 2008. Now, if I remember correctly, it doesn't have anything to do with the first film, but it is a sequel. This has Bill Moseley, Zach Ward, Michael Pare, Jason Connery, PJ Souls, Danny Trejo, Lance Hendrickson. Good cast. Special features are audio commentary with a few of the actors. No UWE. No UWE BOLL. Well, he didn't direct this one. He was the producer. Behind the scenes cast interviews. So written and directed by Peter Sheffer and Michael, might be Roach. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing these guys' names. And then the last one in this stack is Far Cry. So based on a video game. Yeah, based on the best-selling video game. This one I enjoyed because, well, it has Udo Kerr in it. So you can't go wrong with that. Michael Pare. They got to be best friends. Uwe Boll and Michael Pare have to be best friends. Going through all these and realizing how many Michael Pare is in, they got to be, because even the boxing match that Uwe has with the YouTube critics, the ringmaster, or like, the guy who, in this corner, that guy, it's Michael Pare. But I like this one. It's, mad scientists creating like monster soldiers, and I liked it. Special features: CGI featurette, deleted scenes, audio commentary with the director, Alone in the Dark 2 sneak peek, and behind the scenes. So this is, why don't they put dates on things? So if it's a sneak peek, it probably came out before Alone in the Dark. Because some of these, since he didn't direct this one, I think he said he was off making this while this was getting made. So I'm going to switch these and put Far Cry there and Alone in the Dark on top of that. Now, the second stack, if I can get this without knocking everything over, I'm going to set these over here. That's a lot of damn movies, man. I'm going to bring these here. I guess I could just leave these right here. Yeah, I'll just leave those right there. Okay. I don't have a lot of space on this. This is my dining room table, and it's filled with movies. So our next one, this is a triple feature. This is, I think these probably might be his best selling films, and maybe his most known franchise, and that's Rampage. This is another film that I think is actually, all three are important to see. This is, like when you push someone too far, when you take away their rights, when, just, our government just screws people over. These are the type of things that unfortunately could happen. And the movies that are on this is Brendan Fleischer is in all three of these. He's the lead. And so it's Rampage, Rampage Capital Punishment, and Rampage President Down. Rampages are, the other two are not rated. Rampage is 2009. Rampage Capital Punishment is 2014. And Rampage President Down is 2016. I enjoyed all three of these. I think Rampage is the best, the first one, but each one is good. I don't know because they're all, unfortunately, on one disc. I got this from Amazon, and they're all on one disc. Momentum brought this out, so I forget if there's special features on these. This, I think, is UWE's best movie. And I want people to really see it. That is Attack on Darfur. This is a very serious, this is a very bloody film on what happened in or what is happening in Darfur. It's got Billy Zane, Edward Furlong, who I'm starting to like more and more. He is in a few of UWE's films, and I like him doing serious stuff. I think he's good. It's the more of the B movie stuff that I don't really like him in as much, because he's a good actor. And this has Christina Loken. This is a heavy film. This is the one that I brought up with him, that when he shows violence, he shows it for like 20 minutes. And he does. He shows an entire attack on a small village. And the massacre, the genocide that happens is beyond amazing. It says a tragic story that is certainly must viewing. This is from Ron Howard. This has on a trailer, director's commentary. Matt Fuhrer is also in this, who I absolutely love. So yeah, this is definitely one to watch. This was a brutal movie. This next one I watched on Easter when I had my Rapture films. And I did a review of it on the video that I released of the movies that I watched. This was not my favorite. It does have Lauren Holly and Luke Perry. It's called The Final Storm. It does deal with the Rapture, which I love. And I just wanted it to go, I guess, in a different direction. I was hoping for something else near the end. And there is a deleted scene in this. There's audio commentaries, outtakes, gags, trailer, and alternate ending. I think the alternate ending was just done for the fun of it, but I love the alternate ending. And I'm not going to tell you what it is. You're going to have to watch the movie to see it. But it does deal with, the apocalypse, the rapture, the end of days. And that's why I really wanted to watch it on that Easter. Luke Perry is good. It just, I wanted it to go in a different direction. And unfortunately, it didn't go in that direction. They were definitely setting it up, but I don't want to say what direction it is because that kind of ruins the movie. This one is Fist of the Reich, based on the true story of Max, and I think it's like Schmeling, the champion that defied the Fuhrer. Here you have like a Entertainment One, so it's probably just like a ad for their movies. Yeah, it's just like an ad for their movies. This is one I haven't seen, but I really want to watch it. So this has bonus features, making a featurette, English audio commentary with the director, Uwe Boll. So that's interesting. English audio commentary. Because I haven't heard any of his commentaries not be in English. He does do on one of the films, there is a he does do an introduction where he does some of it in German and then some of it in English, some of it in German, some of it in English. But yeah, this is one that I want to see because I'm fascinated by World War II. They show that, yeah. Zombies. We got zombies again, which is always good. Zombies. So this is, he did not direct this, but he helped produce it. So it's called Eaters. It's feeding time. And this is one that I enjoyed. So for the one Easter, like I mentioned, I did like Rapture movies and stuff. The Easter before that, I did all zombie movies. So it was kind of like my Easter zombie resurrection day. Um, and I ended up just watching a bunch of zombie films, which ended up all being either directed by or produced by Uwe Boll. This was one of them, and some of these I just had in my zombie collection, and I didn't realize that he had produced these. Um, and this is one of them. This has a making of featurette. I like the title that it's just simply Eaters. And he's it's not listed as a producer, but it does say presents. So I'm guessing that he is a producer in some way. This is one of two documentaries. Uh, Uwe Boll presents Raging Bull, six ruthless critics versus one furious filmmaker. They picked the fight. He just made them regret it. Not an Uwe Boll film. So this is a documentary that looks like it's mostly just on the fight that he did with the YouTube critics. It's not. We get to meet his family. There's a lot of conversations with him. We get to see his home. There's a whole section of him trying to sell in the name of the king, and nobody's buying it. So it isn't just a documentary about the fight. That is a section of it, but there's a lot more to it. I really like this. If you want to know about him, I suggest watching this film. I don't see any special features listed. Oh, this is another one of those olive. I think the other documentary is called like "Fuck You All," like the Uwe Boll story, something like that. Like fuck all of you, fuck you all, something like that. It's got a good title. I watched it on Amazon. These next three kind of go together. And we did talk about them a little bit in the documentary. I thought this was very interesting because what Roger Corman would do is he would make a movie, and this is the film I used as an example with him, like The Raven. And then they had a couple days left. He finished early. So they shot another film. They shot The Terror. Roger Corman shot two films. Uwe Boll shot three movies. And I forgot that it was three. But I got them right here. So this is on Blu-ray, Blood Rain, The Third Reich. And I like how each Blood Rain takes place in a different time period. I think that that's pretty cool. Uwe Boll mentioned that he wanted to do a fourth one and like set it in present day. That would be nice. That'd be very, easy and cheap to make. I would like to still continue with kind of the time periods, like maybe do this in the 50s or the 60s. The 70s would be good. 70s vampires are always cool. This is the unrated director's cut. And this has Making a Blood Rain, The Third Reich, writer, director, commentary, interview with the writer, and more. So this has the same woman that Natasha Malthy, who was in part two. Brendan Fletcher is in this one too. Michael Prey, Clint Howard. So in that other documentary, they show some behind the scenes of this stuff. So whenever it was done with this, he had the sets and everything. So then he made a spoof of his own movie, Blood Rain 3, and that's Blubberella. So it's got I guess, more or less the same cast. Lindsay Hollister, Clint Howard, Michael Prey, Uwe Boll, half vampire, 2.5 women. And they do show a scene of Clint Howard from Blood Rain 3, where he's like conducting experiments. And then they show the same scene in this where it's ad-libbed. So you kind of need to see these films back to back in a way. Special features on this are behind the scenes and trailer. So anybody else in this? No, those are the main. And then we did talk about this because this is another one of those serious films that I think people should see and understand. This is another one of those things where it's 20 minutes of like death and genocide and massacre and this is Auschwitz. This took me a little bit to actually sit down and watch because of the type of film that it is. But it is very good. It's only an hour or yeah, 73 minutes. So we're in 2011 now. Raging Bull was 2010. And Eaters was 2010. Ooh, Fist of the Reich is long. It's 122 minutes, 2010. So this is tough, but it's good. And this is one of those movies that's kind of like Attack on Darfur, where if we don't look at history, we're just going to keep repeating it over and over and over again, which is exactly what we seem to keep doing over and over and over and over again, even today. Yeah, here's Olive again. Martini. So maybe that's Olive. And then we got Martini. Yeah, this is a tough one. I don't think there was any special features on this one, but it was good. Tough, but good. So we need to so I'm going to try and keep these in order. That, and that. Then we have another zombie movie, not directed by UWE, same directors as Eaters. And this is Zombie Massacre. This is another one that I had at my Easter marathon. So at my marathon, I saw this little insert here. And I went, wait, so it's Countdown to Doomsday. Get them now, get them on DVD now before it's too late. So I ordered, except for Eaters, I ordered all of these because I thought it'd be fun to have everything that's on the sheet. So I got, Iron Sky. At the same time, I ordered its sequel, Wand of the Dead, War of the Dead. This is like Osama bin Laden, but as a zombie. So a zombie. And so now I own all these. I thought that'd just be kind of fun to have all of these. Special features on this are making of featurette, storyboard comparison, teaser, and trailer. Oh no, I take that back. These are not the same directors. Marco Rizzoli. Oh, they are. Okay. They are the same directors. I thought they were, but for some reason the font made them look different. But this is another one. I liked all of these. Well, we're coming up on one that I wasn't a fan of. So Zombie Massacre, this is actually a pretty well-known one as far as zombie films go and stuff. Okay, so here's another serious one that I think people should watch. And this basically deals with the American health system about it doesn't matter how hard you work. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter if you sign every piece of paper. It doesn't matter if you dot every I and cross every T, or, with the government, it would cross every I and dot every T. I really enjoyed this. I think that this is a powerful film, and you may not get that from the title, but it works. And that's Assault on Wall Street. So this is all about a man whose wife is dying of cancer, and their medication is and we talked about this in the interview, so I'm not spoiling anything, but and his wife is so, feels so bad about everything, she kills herself. That the only way to save him is for her to kill herself, because they can't afford the medication. They're losing their home. He's lost his job. It's really good. And Dominic Purcell is very good in this film. He is quite good. Power, greed, justice. So these are the type of movies that I'm talking about when don't look at the Alone in the Darks. Don't look at the House of the Dead. Don't look at all those movies. Look at these. These are the movies that are really good, and they actually have something to say. So, just don't judge on just a couple movies. This also has in it John Hurd, Edward Furlong, Eric Roberts. Special features are making of, director commentary, and trailer. Fight the power, fight the greed, fight for justice. Yeah, and he's like a Brinks car driver, and they have to fire him because he owes so much money because of this medication for his wife's cancer that it then becomes an insurance risk that he may steal money from the armored truck. so he loses his job. So it's a very well written movie where this happens because this happens because this happens, and so on and so on. The next one is a remake of a film that I love. I am a huge Frank Sinatra Rat Pack fan, and I love all things surrounding the Rat Pack. And this is a remake of a film that Sinatra did about the assassination of the president. Kennedy was president at the time. He also did The Manchurian Candidate. Basically, both those films got pulled right after Kennedy got assassinated because Sinatra did make the joke to the mob that maybe they should assassinate Kennedy. And a lot of that had to do with Robert Kennedy. And it's there's a lot of documentaries out there about it. I don't want to get into the whole background on that. But this is about an assassination of the president. It's a remake of Suddenly. And I thought he did a pretty good job for updating a film that's that old, because we're talking about the time that Kennedy was assassinated up to now, and then they had to alter certain things to make it more modern. They did a pretty good job on this. And this is Ray Iola. It's got Aaron Kerplunk, Michael Pare, and Dominic Purcell. Patriotism has two sides. The original movie is also public domain, so as I'm sure that may be one reason why this, got made. Uwe said that he was a director for hire on it, but he does a good job. It'd be interesting to have like a quadology of films that you could watch both Suddenlies and both Manchurian Candidates. Kind of do like a back-to-back type of thing. Not seeing any special features on this. Yeah, done. And this is 2013. So now I put this up here instead of putting it with the Rampage films because it is on its own on Blu-ray. I bought this on Blu-ray before I found the collection. So it's Rampage Capital Punishment. So Blu-ray DVD combo pack. And you got your DVD Blu-ray, not rated. No crime goes unpunished. Special features on this are making of, trailer, and director's commentary. It looks like on each one of the Rampage films, Brendan Fletcher, it looks like he does a little bit more on each one. He gets a little more involved into each one. He played the bully that was in Heart of America. And it's funny is he must be a short guy because they had him with these really tall guys and he was kind of the leader. And he just picked on this one guy and pushed him too far. Yeah, so that's this one. I'm not seeing anybody else really besides of him. Then we have another zombie movie. And that's Anger of the Dead. Survival is all that is left. It's got a kind of Walking Dead type of cover on here. This, I think I picked up at Dollar Tree. Had no idea UWE even had anything to do with this. And so it just kind of sat in my collection. And this is one that I watched on that Easter zombie marathon. And it's just like, oh, there's his name. Yeah, produced by. So this is produced by UWE and then the two directors of the last two, of Zombie Massacre and Eaters. So this is written and directed by it looks like Francisco. I know I'm going to mispronounce this. I'm seeing it as Pick One. So it's probably like Picquion, like Picquion, something like that. But I'm sorry, I'm mispronouncing. 2015. So special features on this are making a featurette, bloopers, slideshow, and storyboard to screen. So on that zombie marathon, I only watched one zombie film that I did not like. And I just thought it was kind of boring. I was really disappointed by it. And that was Zombie Massacre 2, Reich of the Dead. They're hungry for war. It just disappointed me. There just wasn't a lot going on, if I remember correctly. Great cover, though. I think it's a prequel. And this is from those two directors, the guys that did Zombie Massacre and Eaters. It's 2015. Special features are behind the scenes. I could be wrong, but I think I remember this being a prequel. So, yeah, I think I was disappointed with this. So, our last two, I did bring up to UWE, and he said, I didn't have anything to do with those. My name's not on them. They're two zombie films, and because I'm a completist, I purchased them. I don't think that they're bad, and I wish that he did have something to do with them to make them more legit. But there are three. Well, there's more than three. There's a few connections to House of the Dead with both of these. So it's House of the Dead 2. All guts, no glory. This Emmanuel Vogger, she was in one of UWE's films. It also says Ed Quinn. Yeah, that's her there. I think she's in Fair Cry. Yeah. Or Far Cry. I'm sorry, Far Cry. I think that she's in Far Cry. Yeah, she's in this. And the other connection, well, that's not the connection to House of the Dead. The House of the Dead connection is Ellie Cornell, who was also in Halloween 4 and 5, I believe. So she dies in the first film. I haven't seen this in a very long time, but they have her in this. And this also has Sid Haig in it. It's got like a little. So this one, yeah, Mark A. Altman. So that's our second connection to House of the Dead. And he wrote the screenplay to this and was one of the producers, just like he was on the original House of the Dead. Mike Hurst is the director on this one. And Victoria Pratt, Sid Haig. And then this is technically House of the Dead 3. So House of the Dead 2 takes place on a college campus. That makes a little more sense. This one, which would have been House of the Dead 3, takes place on an army base, more or less, or army bases. And so I could see it more being called like Army of the Dead instead of House of the Dead 3. But they changed the title to it, and it's Dead and Deader. And this one has Dean Cain is the main person in it. There is a funny Michael Bay joke in this that talks about plot holes. It says the best zombie movie so far this year from AllSpark. I like this slipcover. So this is, it says morgue, and then you pull it out. Well, let me show you the back there. And then you pull it out, and it's the zombies eating somebody. I think this was a sci-fi movie, like for Sci-Fi Channel. It's not bad. I mean, if I had the choice of watching this or the original, I would definitely watch the original. A zomedy sort of 48 Hours meets Dawn of the Dead. That's from Fangoria. And Ellie Cornell, yeah, Halloween 4. So she's back in this and dies. So I'm assuming that she dies in part 2. So that must have been the Mark A. Altman joke, is to have her back in each movie to die. So this also has effects by K&B. Let's see, Susan Ward is in this. Oh, Natasha, that Malfi, who is in the Blood Rain 2 and 3, she's in this. So there's a connection to UWE BOLL. Armin Sherman, who was Deep Space Nine, and Colleen Camp. There's Peter Green as Dr. Scott. I'm not sure what his name is, so maybe it's on here, maybe it's not. But one of the actors, he might have played the Doctor on Star Trek Enterprise, is in this. So you got a Deep Space Nine and a Star Trek Enterprise person. The special features on this are widescreen, Raising the Dead, the making of Dead and Deader, which is around 30 minutes. I started to watch it, but it just would have taken too long because I was trying to watch as many of UWE BOLL's films as I could. And not, he does go through the different titles of this movie, and House of the Dead 3 is not brought up. And I'm wondering if that's for a reason. Yeah, John Billingsley, Enterprise. From the producers of Free Enterprise, The Specials, and House of the Dead. So so Raising the Dead, you do get audio commentary with the writer and the writer producer Mark A. Altman. Photo gallery, DVD ROM script. So yeah, we looked at that. So yeah, I don't think it was too bad. All right, that's it. That is all of them. No recap, too many. So okay, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. If you know any of these movies, please leave comments down below. I am actually going to suggest to Funko Pops that they make a UWE BOLL Funko Pop. They do producers, writers, directors. Why can't they do him? I think that would be great. You could show him as a filmmaker. You could show him as a boxer. You could put him in a tuxedo for his restaurant. I mean, there's like 3 or 4 Funko Pops you could get out of him. I would buy all of them. Of course I would. So yeah, I'm gonna throw that suggestion in at them and see if I get a response. But otherwise, thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you very much for watching The One Filmmaker. If you did, it was a great one. I already have a couple more planned for the future, and I got some interesting people lined up. So, all right, thanks again. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Okay, bye.